Hello and welcome to our weekly interview with Coach David Hay. I'm Alex Fahnders for WMAY. Coach, how you doing today? This morning?
Great. How are you doing?
You know, any better, I'd be in Vegas. So I'm doing pretty good as well. Well, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. You know, the Titans are looking pretty good. You got them playing well. They're coming off of a college win in a college stadium. A win in a college stadium, a 4-game winning streak. You got homecoming week coming up. What exactly is the vibe like in the locker room?
I thought we had a good game last week. We improved in a lot of areas we were trying to improve in, and we're still trying to do that. You know, we are a fairly young team, not real young, kind of junior dominated. And I thought last week was one of the better games that we've played.
Well, you know, after such a dominating performance on both sides of the ball, I imagine there's a sense of swag and showmanship kind of in the air. What are you doing to reel the boys back in and getting them ready for this specific week?
Well, I don't know if we're at that level at all, really. I mean, it's homecoming week, which is always a different kind of dynamic. But we're kind of focusing on that. You know, I feel like, and we feel like homecoming, the focus is that football game. You can't have a good homecoming and lose your homecoming football game. And so we've got a job to do, and that's what we're focused on this week. There's a lot of great events going on. The kids are having fun. You know, we met with the band yesterday and practiced a school song for the pep rally, and we're going to lead that on Friday. And because I think those things are important, taking pride in your school and those things. But that football game is number one. We got to make sure that we do our job, and that's what we've been focused on.
Yeah, there was nothing more dramatic for me as a high schooler when you lose the homecoming game. The next day, you got to go up there and put a smile on with your date and all that. But you got to win that football game. It really sets the tone for the whole weekend.
There's no question.
You know, they did dominate both sides of the ball, like I said, but the offense and the defense really kind of got off to a slow start. U-High left a number of points on the field. A couple of things go differently. We could be looking at an entirely different football game. What are you doing this week to prevent kind of that stagnant start on both sides of the ball?
Well, I think you got to credit U-High quite a bit on that. They came out and played very well. They played physical. Had a couple good drives there to start the game, but our kids stepped up and got stops on defense, and then the offense got clicking and ready to go. And I really think you do. I think you got to credit U-High for coming out and playing a good football game, and I think they're going to find success as the year goes on. But there's no doubt you got to come out and play. And if you're going to, you know, we want to be the most physical team in the football field from the first snap, and we'll make sure we focus on that.
Sounds good. Kind of shifting focus from last week into a little bit more this week. What exactly is the kind of focus of the preparation coming in to Southeast?
Well, we've got to continue to focus on what we do. We're continuing to focus. Our tackling early in the year was not good. That's been a continued focus. We were starting to play some up-tempo on offense, and I know that's a focus for our offense to be able to get we've got a lot of skill, a lot of speed on that offense. Getting to move quicker is a continued focus of our offense. So, we're just moving on to the next week and trying to improve. You got to continue to do that as you're ready to move on to the late season. And for us, that's when there are some big games. And of course, you get to the playoff mode. You want to be at top form when you get to week 10.
Sure. Like I said, you've seen a steady improvement to the Titan defense these last few matchups. You've talked about a little bit how they're a young squad. What exactly are you doing week to week to get the most out of this defense, and what are you preaching to them on a week-to-week basis?
Tackle and pursue, and being physical. Like I said, we weren't tackling well early in the season. Our best tackling game was last Friday. And you come in and you have a game plan. You're trying to execute that, but then you have to continue. You have to have your daily work on Mondays and Tuesdays and coming out and continuing to rep those things like tackling. And it's, if your defense can just come out, line up, be ready, fly to the football and tackle, you're going to find success. And so that's, again, been a continued focus.
Your kind of mindset and philosophy as a coach, the hashtag is one way. Hashtag one way. What exactly does that mean to you? And what are you and your coaches doing to make sure that your team's living out that philosophy on a weekly basis?
Well, it's everything that we do. I mean, if you're talking about a Monday practice, we're going to come out, and I don't care that it's Monday and the game's 5 days away. We're going to practice, get our work done in the most efficient energetic, athletic way in which we can, or whether you're talking about a big game or, what others outside of our circle might think isn't a big game. We're going to try to play that to the highest level as best we can at all times. We talk to the kids really about, it's a team thing and there's 11 guys in the field and there's no point in time in which all 11 guys are going to play at the top of their level. But if we can get as many guys working to get as close to that as possible, that team's going to find success. And so that effort to try to reach, there's times when you play in the zone, you might call it in the zone, and you're at that top level, but you're never going to get all 11 guys. And so what we want our kids to do, regardless if it's a big game or if it's not, or if it's Tuesday practice, to try to fight to get to that top level at all times. And if we do that across the board consistently in that one way, we're gonna find success.
A big week coming in this week, homecoming, obviously. What are you going to do to show this week that you're living out that one-way philosophy?
Come out and play from the very beginning, ready to go, executing. And if we make a mistake, and it's going to happen. I mean, we have film sessions and every coach does. A coach could find something to criticize on every single play. In other words, somebody is going to 11 people on the field. Somebody's going to make a mistake, or somebody could have done something better. Maybe I'd be a little more positive. How many of those can we eliminate? I mean, can we get 11 guys for 5 plays in a row doing exactly what they're supposed to do, exactly the right way? You do that, and we're going to come out popping.
Sure, Coach. Well, I got one last question for you, and I think it's obviously the most important one here. What song can we expect you to dance to tomorrow at the homecoming formal?
That's going to have to be. We're going to have to wait and see on that. We've looked into it a little bit and try to choose the right one. So let me get back to you on that.
Okay, I was thinking maybe one way or another. We're going to find you. It's something to go with the philosophy.
Let me write that down. I'll put that on the possible list.
Well, we've got Southeast versus the Glenwood Titans at home here on Friday. Kickoff at 7. Pregame starts at 6:30 in the booth. Join us on WMAY.com. Coach, I appreciate your time and best of luck tomorrow and the rest of the year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.